We could also turn to the great British brewing styles, which really a lot of the British brewing styles are the base for a lot of the American beer styles we see today, be it pale ale, IPA, red beers, ambers. They all come off of that British base. And British beers, I think if you could come up with a word that I would think of over the course of time, is it's a pretty balanced beer. It desires to have a nice amount of hop character that works with and complements the malt character in the beer. So the British brewing tradition is really what a lot of us base our current brewing practices upon, but we toss in a lot of these German and Belgian traditions. And being Americans, of course, the new American brewing tradition is to take all that stuff and mash it up and have different takes on beer styles. So for instance, the United States has originated some styles which are played off of existing styles, and I would talk about an Imperial IPA as a larger version of an IPA. An IPA, to some extent, was a larger version of a pale ale. I think about something like a Cascadian Dark Ale, which is a very hoppy, dark beer. You know, we didn't see those beers outside of the US when we started brewing these beers in the past 15 years. So when we talk about these great brewing styles, they certainly have their own characteristics. You know, German tradition is Reinheitsgebot, a narrow palette of ingredients, lagering. Belgian styles, they have a lot more flavors that are derived from the yeast. The great Belgian wild ales, which are inoculated with yeast and bacteria, they're just floating in the air. They just end up in the beer, and that's what makes a lot of the flavors. We look at the British brewing tradition of balance, which is a very British way of doing things, right? Balanced. And then we look at the American traditions of taking things to the next level, of dialing in the technology and the traditions behind these beers and making what is becoming more and more a uniquely American brewing tradition, which bases itself around innovation, new ideas, and a lot of hard work.